Hi folks, how's it going out there? Hope you're having a great day. Today's tutorial is going to be on the House of the Rising Sun. Now over the years that song has been covered by many artists. The most notable ones that come to mind are the Animals in 1964, and then more recently Five Finger Death Punch, and White Buffalo did a version for the television show Sons of Anarchy. Now all three of those that I mentioned are done in different tunings, but the progression is identical. It's played the same way, and I'm going to show you all three here today. We're going to start off with the Animals version. Alright, the first chord that you pick is a minor, and that is your ring finger on the 2nd fret 4th string, middle finger on the 2nd fret 3rd string, first finger on the 2nd fret, or 1st fret 2nd string. Now you're not going to just strum this chord. You start off by basically doing voicing, which is picking individual notes of the chord. Now he rolls that a certain way. We're going to, being that you're beginner guitarists, we're going to do it as simple as possible. We're going to go through the 5th string, through the 2nd, and then back up. Just like that. The second chord in the progression is a C. That is ring finger on the 3rd fret 5th string, middle finger on the 2nd fret 4th string, and then your index finger is still on that 1st fret 2nd string. Now when you roll through picking the C chord, I skip. As I go down, I skip the 2nd string and I hit the open high E string and then roll back up from there. So from the top, okay. Third chord in the progression is a D. Index finger 2nd fret 3rd string, ring finger on the 3rd fret 2nd string, middle finger on the 2nd fret 1st string. You start with that open D and just roll through it. Now the fourth chord in the progression is an F. That is an index finger barred on the 1st fret, ring finger 3rd fret 5th string, pinky finger on the 3rd fret 4th string, middle finger on the 2nd fret 3rd string. Now, if you're a brand new guitarist and you're not quite up to speed on playing those barred chords, because barred chord can be difficult, especially if you got smaller hands, there is a cheater way to play that F, and that is to just take the bar out of the equation. Don't play the top string. You have your ring finger on the 3rd fret 5th string, pinky finger on the 3rd fret 4th string, middle finger on 2nd fret 3rd string, and then you've got your index finger holding the 1st fret on the bottom 2 strings. Or you can just have your index finger still in that same location. You don't have to worry about the bottom string on that. You're just playing those middle 4 strings. Either way, you're not strumming the chords yet. You're just kind of doing voicings. Then it goes back to an A minor, E, A minor, E. And that's the end of the intro for the Animals version of House of the Rising Sun. When he starts singing, "There is a house in New Orleans," you begin the progression with the A minor, C, D, F. There is a house in New Orleans. And when it goes to "They Call the Rising Sun," it is A minor, and then it goes A minor, C, and then to an E. goes back to the original progression of the A minor, C, D, F. It's okay. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many young poor boy. And then on the last part of the verse it is A minor, E, A minor. And in God I know I'm one. You start that progression again. A minor, E. My mother was a tailor. So by this point you no longer have to worry about doing those voicings. You're good to strum your chords. So from the top, there is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many young poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. Begin the second verse. And when as you progress through this song, and if you watch the Animals or listen to their recorded version, it starts off low, and as they go through those first three verses, the intensity with which they play seems to swell, and it reaches crescendo when it goes into the organ chorus. Now, after that third verse, and you reach the end of the third verse, and you go back. And what you had been doing between the verses is just playing through those four chords and then going E minor, A, E minor, A. But when it kicks into that organ chorus, you're going to go through the regular progression that you have been playing during the verses, which is your E minor, C, D, F, E minor, C, E, E minor, C, D, F, E minor, E, E minor, E. And now, at the close of the organ chorus, it goes back to one of those dips in intensity. You go back to playing it. Now, it's kind of a hybrid at that point, because you pick the first two notes of the chord and then just kind of strum the bottom part of it. But noticeably, the intensity with which the guitarist is playing when they start the second half of the song after the solo is a whole lot less, and then they build in intensity towards the close of the song once again. You go through three more verses, and the final verse is the same as the very first. There is a house in New Orleans called the Rising Sun. At the close of that third verse, you go into the A minor, C, D, F, and then A minor, E. And when they're doing their outro to the song, that's the only time they really throw much different in it. It goes from that last E to an A minor to a D Da 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 da. And they go back and forth between that A minor D 4 times. And as you can tell, they start really winding the song down, like they slow the tempo of the song down too as they go through that. It starts out. So practice your chords. There's, that handful of chords is all there is to that song. Knowing when to lessen your intensity and increase it, and picking those individual notes for the quiet parts. That's really the challenging part of House of the Rising Sun right there. Now, when Five Finger Death Punch did House of the Rising Sun, they changed the tuning. It was no longer began in A minor. They start their version in E minor, and it goes G, A to a C, E minor, G, B. Alright, the E minor is open 6th string, index finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, the middle finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string, and then open on that 3rd string. G is your middle finger on the 3rd fret top string. I play it with the 5th string muted for this song because for whatever reason it doesn't sound correctly whenever you play it with the recording with Five Finger Death Punch. This playing the chord like this sounds better with it, or if you want to play a G power chord. Now a G power chord is like playing a bar chord. You bar with your index finger on the 3rd fret, and then ring finger on the 5th fret, 5th string, pinky finger on the 5th fret, 4th string, middle finger on the 4th fret, 3rd string. And then the A, of course, is index finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string, middle finger 2nd fret, 3rd string, ring finger 2nd fret, 2nd string. And then your C is your ring finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string, middle finger 2nd fret, 4th string, index finger 1st fret, 2nd string. Or power chord, C power chord. Index finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string, ring finger on the 5th fret, 4th string, pinky finger 5th fret. So, 2 ways of playing it. There is a house in Sin City they call the Rising Sun. And that B chord is index finger 2nd fret, 5th string, ring finger 4th fret, 4th string, pinky finger 4th fret, 3rd string, middle finger 3rd fret, 2nd string. No, that is not the correct chord. I think it actually sounds better just to play the top 3 parts of that B. Top 3 strings of that B. Like that. Now, basically, the intensity of that song picks up pretty dang quick, and the strumming of it varies throughout the song. They do get into some palm muting, and I've never went over this with you guys before, but palm muting is merely taking your picking hand, laying the meaty part of your palm right there, just on the bridge. You can still hear your chords, but they're not. You tell the difference there? Palm muting is used a lot in rock music, so practice a little bit. Get used to palm muting, because as you progress, you're going to do a lot of it if you play rock. Alright. Five Finger Death Punch version goes through the progression basically identically to the way the Animals did, except in the closing of the song they don't do that where they go back and forth. The Animals went back and forth between an A minor and a D. Five Finger Death Punch doesn't do that. The White Buffalo version is played one step higher than the Five Finger Death Punch version. And the way you accomplish that is with a capo on the first fret, and then you play it. That capo now acts as your nut, so you just basically play it in the same position as Five Finger Death Punch. Now, if you don't have a capo, you're going to be using a lot of barred chords, and that may be a good thing. It may help you learn how to play bar chords much more proficiently. Oh, don't play that. It's got to be a minor. Something ain't right. White Buffalo's version of the song changed it entirely, and it's about motorcycle gangs and such, I guess, because of the TV show. But basically, you play it one step higher than Five Finger Death Punch version. Alright guys, I guess that about does it for this tutorial. Have fun, practice going between your chords, and I'll see you next time.